And in fact, on this 20th day of March, it is officially, I believe it is. Let me just double check that because I would think it's almost 4 o'clock. You would think by now that's going to be the case, but you never know sometimes when something's official. You have to go by the exact time. When does? And now that I could officially, here we go. No, you see? Look at that. We're not there yet. I'm glad I checked. Although on the calendar, it shows that today is the first day of spring. But as of right this very second, it just turned 4 o'clock here on the East Coast. It is not officially spring. It is still winter. But 25 more minutes left, considering that at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time, spring will officially arrive. So look at that. I was ready to jump the gun. I was ready to say hello, spring. I was ready to just announce to the world that, hey, and not to say that anybody was going to fact check or double check, but if somebody out there wanted to and they caught wind of this now, they would say, wait a minute, it doesn't officially begin until 4:25. So check that out. But here we are on a Friday. It's actually a very nice day in New York, seasonable. It's in the 50s. As a matter of fact, what is it right now? Just let me make sure I get this correct. No, we don't want that. Hold on a second. Of course, I'm clicking things I shouldn't be clicking. It is not 40 degrees, is it really? No, 57. Look at that. Feels like 46 though. So even though it feels like a spring day, but it certainly feels as if it is chilly enough to not go out there with just a light jacket or even a sweatshirt. I mean, you could upon your own discretion, but yeah, here we go, people. I am filled with gratitude as I always am, even though from the surface you may not see it, but I do feel good. I know there's a lot of headroom here because I have this on my tripod. I got it charging. So on the, it's right there. But yes, it's another day in the life, another day to make things right, another day to just try to stay in the moment, to just be grateful, to just feel good about oneself, no matter how things may be going in your life, no matter how things could be unfolding, good, bad, or indifferent. You just got to remind yourself that I'm alive, I'm breathing, and either I have to figure it out or continuing to work on it, whatever it is. Because if we just start thinking that, oh, I'm never going to get a break, or oh, this is never going to happen, or oh, then forget about it. You've lost. And you don't want to do that. So yeah, today I'm hanging out with I guess that's a cheetah. I should know what that is. No, it's a leopard, I believe. Yeah, and even though she may look a little blue, but I'm trying not to feel that way. And not that I do feel that way today, because the weather is nice outside. Spring will officially be here in 22 minutes. And I have a lot to be grateful for, which means you guys. Sad Cat. Oh, I can get my glasses out. We in there? I'm waiting for the last part. What up, Sad Cat? Where you from, Sad Cat? And why are you sad? Let's start there. Or maybe from Indiana? Because I saw the we in. No longer for fun. No longer for fun, then what is it all about? Troy. He's resting harder than anyone's ever rested. That's a good one there, Troy. I know, rest in peace to Chuck Norris. What was he, 86? I saw. No longer for fun. I like your emoji. I know it's a dog. I don't know what kind of dog that is. Is it a mix? No longer for fun. Chuck Norris, I know. GOAT. Chuck Norris, that is. Corandom. I like that name. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I got to get to learn some of these emojis. What is that next to that? What to next to this, Corandom? I'm not sad. I just put that for fun. All right. And no longer for fun, put a bunch of goats there. And he's got the blank face emoji. Oh, you guys. But anyway, I'm sitting here watching the tournament. Yes, the YouTube. Now, hold on a second. What is this? Yeah, the tournament is going. For those who are into college basketball, it is a great day, the second day of the madness, as you know. And all I can say is that so far, you haven't had any of the suspense. I get it that Virginia, I think they may have pulled it out. I got to double check that. Please say hi to me. My name is Emily. Hi, Emily. Well, I like Corandom. That actually sounds cool. Is that from a particular character of some sort? And where you from, Emily? No longer for fun. Where you from? Emily, where you from? And I don't know if what's your call still here. Troy, Sad Cat, where you guys from? I'm curious. Say hi to me. My name is Mike. Mike Hawk Hurts. I know what that means. There you go. Ukraine. Bio. My man, what's happening? From Ukraine, no longer for fun. All right. How's things in Ukraine? I hope everything's all right over there. No longer for fun. Is that like a dab? Is that a dab emoji? Hey, JSL, what is that next to? I know you have the smile emoji. What is that emoji next to it? I'm an old man here. Just dead. South Korea. What's up, South Korea? Shout out. That is a dab. All right. Thanks for clarifying that. No longer for fun. Yeah, because I don't dabble with those emojis like that. So, J-Rod, what's going on? Yeah, I'm getting myself caught up with all that's going on. I know Virginia had a bit of a scare, but I think they survived, right? Yes, sir. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was bouncing around. Hold on a second, because now I got to go where all these games are at. Hang on. Let's go to local TV because I was on YouTube before. Let's see. What is this? Oh, no, wrong remote. About to go pick up Fishing Angel. Working today? That's good. Well, that's good. She doesn't work on the weekends, does she? Hey, Miss Priya, long time no see. Brooklyn Nets are bottom of the barrel. Yes, they are. I'm watching split screen, 4 games on one screen. Nice, Bio. That's the way to do it. Yo, Jay, I put my cap also jogging. Fuqua, you did? When was that? Today? I'm curious. Please share. Ms. Priya, I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, the Nets are bottom of the barrel. What about Sacramento? What about the not the Nuggets? The Wizards? They're just as bad, no? Listen, Brooklyn they're in terrible shape, but and you know what? Maybe they're the bottom of the barrel, but to think they're actually worse teams than the Nets in the NBA, which is kind of hard to fathom. She's working today just a couple hours. All right, cool. Now, Fuqua, a.k.a. Minnesota Fats, a.k.a. Cowboy Bull, a.k.a. Everyday Mets, a.k.a. Dad Chips, a.k.a. Tatsuya and Mai. You're bedridden. How'd you do that? Nice. Yeah, I was just saying it's 57 degrees, and it's not officially spring yet. 4:25 p.m. Eastern time, it will officially be spring. So these are the last 17 minutes of winter as we kick its old, ugly man winter's ass out the door. Fuqua, you gotta share, man. How did you do that? How far did you run? When was the last time you ran? I watched the Michigan ladies, not for sure. Oh, they're on now? Michigan ladies? MTA looking to approve $1 billion for Second Avenue subway, which, yeah. Why I got the local news on, I don't even watch the news. So it's just on Channel 4. Let's go, CBS. I guess they had was it the Virginia game on CBS? I know the game, the Iowa State game's on True TV, which, to me, please. Jeff Turtleman. If you could be a furry, what would your persona be and why? You can't pick Pokemon Demon. When you say a furry, what is that? Like a furry animal? Now, I'm not trying to be facetious. Yeah, ISU. Yeah, Tennessee State. I mean, come on. Do we really need to see highlights of that? I run 3 times a week. I was playing with the incline settings on the treadmill. I heard a pop. No way. I admire that you run 3 times a week, Fuqua. I need to be like you. I don't even run 3 times a week. I got to start. Well, obviously with the weather getting warmer, hopefully, God willing. Well, I'm going to run tomorrow morning. I actually may do my live tomorrow and a run. I may. I don't know yet. I may do it after the live. Just a little bit of a heads up. Oh, like someone who dresses up and pretends to be an animal? If I could be furry? Oh, jeez. If I could dress up someone to be furry. I don't know. I have to think about that. One thing I hate about the summer is cutting grass. Oh, my God. I used to own a home many years ago, and we had this small patch of grass in the backyard. Oh, I say small. I mean, it was big enough, but it wasn't. I didn't have a huge backyard. Yeah, once the summer came, or like late spring, yeah, every 2 weeks you had to go out there. And there was a time, I may have the picture in my, no, that was well long ago. But I had a before and after picture, and please, it's like somebody who let their hair grow out to be 9 miles long, and then they got a haircut. Which, by the way, I need to shave my head. All right, Jeffrey, I appreciate that. You know, I don't know. Geez, if I was an animal, how would I? Yeah, the Santa Clara, that was crazy with the threes. The Kentucky one. All right, Jake, I'm not going to start doing that. I would dress like Daffy Duck. Fuqua, that's good. I love that. Got a riding mower, but three. Yeah, no, I've seen the backyard. That's huge. You like UConn making a run? I can see that, Miss Priya. I can definitely see that. Who's your Final Four, Miss Priya? My Final Four is Michigan State, Arkansas, Michigan, and Houston. And then I have Houston, Michigan final, and Michigan win the whole thing. Front yard's just as big. Wow. Yeah, if I had to dress up someone who pretends to be an animal, I don't know. Yeah, I could say a dog, but that's a layup, no? Would you want to be? How about a silverback gorilla? Those bastards are strong. Maybe a silverback gorilla. Why not? Duke, Michigan State, Houston, and UConn. Oh, maybe UConn. Oh, so you picked two of my final. Oh, JAYREELZ, St. John's, UConn, Arizona, Michigan. That's pretty good, too. Wait, so you got Duke, Michigan State, Houston, and maybe UConn. Wait a second. No, if UConn's in the same region as Duke, I believe, though. They're in the East. Comrade Cat, would you rather have a pet werewolf or a pet cowboy? Oh, jeez. What the hell, werewolf? St. John's versus Michigan. Oh, you have St. John's, Michigan as the final? Wow. Yes, Bio, you tell them. Yeah, UConn's any. Oh, maybe they're in the. No, hold on a second. Let me go back to my bracket. Why am I thinking that? Because UConn, aren't they in the same year? Because it's Hurley, Shire, Patino. Damn it, where is. Maybe I should use the mouse instead of the mouse pad. Hold on a second. Let me quit this. Well, almost logged off my. Yeah, we don't want to do that. All right. Let's get to my bracket here. And I appreciate everybody hopping on. 12 more minutes of winter. Countdown is on. Hold on a second. All right, here we go. Yeah, no, that's one thing, Miss Priya, because UConn's in the same bracket as Duke in the East. Exactly. Thank you, Bio. Confirm. Oh, listen, I hope UConn loses. I'm rooting big time for you guys, Bio. Obviously, for my bracket, I went more with my head than my heart. So, yeah. Marion Johnson Jr. bowled out yesterday. Yeah, I know. What was it, 101.80? Did I miss anything? Hey, Fuqua, you got to get back to me, man. Let me know. You're not in the hospital or anything. You run 3 times a week. Hey, how far do you run? I'm curious. Oh, they kicked out Kenny Smith, I see. Renee Montgomery. Obviously, no Greg Gumbel. Rest in peace. Yeah, so far nothing today. Yesterday was crazy, man. Yesterday you had North Carolina. I'm sure if you didn't see the short earlier, that's probably the lowest that they've been in a long time. You can't have a 19-point lead in the second half against that opponent. And listen, I understand, and I mentioned it. VCU is a dangerous team. I didn't think they had a 19-point comeback in them. I'll say that. But I got news for you. That was a shock. And, then they went to overtime, and I thought, all right, well, maybe they'll outlast. Nope, not even that. Clark Keller played Arizona, Purdue in the Final Four, which can happen. They're 1 and 2 in the same. Did he really do that? Clark Keller, that guy's obviously he's been on this, for the longest time. He's been doing the studio forever. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he go to Ohio State? I hate to bring that up to J-Rod. But yeah, he was drafted by the Pacers. He played in the mid-'80s, power forward, but knee injuries, forget it. But he was a good power forward, though. UNC had a 15-point lead in a championship game a few years ago and lost. Oh, that was Kansas. But was that in the second half? Why don't I remember that? Yeah, I remember Kansas coming back now. Yeah, because I'll never forget that weekend, that Final Four, I was in California. I was in San Francisco. And I remember watching North Carolina Duke in a restaurant in Livermore, California. And then that Monday we came back, and I didn't watch the game. I had to follow it because that, of course, Final Four Saturday, and then Villanova, Kansas, and then Kansas beat Villanova. So, yeah, I didn't. And I'd have to go back and think about that. I believe you, Bio, 1,000%, but that's why right now it's not dawning on me. Yes, Clark Keller, Ohio State. Here in Charlotte, they retired Del Curry's jersey. Yes, I saw that too. Now, did they do that based on, because of, I hate to say this, more of who his son was? Because Del Curry was a great three-point shooter, but he wasn't. I mean, the guy didn't play in the NBA 15 years. And I understand Charlotte Hornet from the area, etc. But I don't know, maybe a little premature. 9 to 12 miles running per week. That's good, Fuqua. I like that. So that's your cardio. But you heard something pop. So what are you doing? You have your leg up now? What's happening? I think to get attention, team is struggling. Yeah, maybe. Well, no, I mean, but they've had such a big year, though. Miss Priya, Charlotte. No, you know what? They probably did that before the start of the year, to have his number retired toward the end of the year, because that means, let's say, even if they were at the bottom of the East, that they wouldn't, that at least they'd have a day late in the season to have for the fans. But considering they've had a great, for the Hornets, this is a great year for them, even at 500. And I don't know, maybe it's just me. Listen, that's not to knock Del Curry, whatever, but if I pulled up his numbers, etc., I understand he was a great shooter. But it's not like this guy was, listen, you think of great shooters in that time. I mean, Reggie Miller was better than him. Was Dale Ellis still playing at that time? Dale Ellis was a good three-point shooter. No, I understand they're in ninth place, but they're in the play-in. You're laying in bed. Oh, Fuqua. And you heard something pop. But you can walk, though, right, Fuqua? I'm sure you can walk, because if you couldn't walk, forget it. Val, what is happening? Axel, what's going on, man? Well, Michael Jordan left, Hornets got better. Yeah, no, they have. You're right about that. When he sold his share of the team. Kenny Smith left the CBS show after North Carolina lost. Oh, is that why he's not there? Did he make a bet? Yeah, thank you, Bio. He was. Come on, if I pull up Del Curry's numbers. If Del Curry averaged 12 points a game in his career, I'd be shocked. And I get it. He probably had some years he averaged, like 15. Oh, look at this. Oh, no, I was going to say, that was 1 year, 2001, 2002. And again, I'm not trying to pile on Del Curry, but, they retire all these numbers, and I understand, All right, here we go. Del Curry averaged, for his NBA career, if this thing would close, 11.7 points a game. And what did I say? I haven't looked at Del Curry numbers in a million years. And I even came out to say, what did he average? If he averaged more than 12 points a game, and he averaged 11.7. And during those years, yeah, he was a sixth player 1 year. Hold on. Oh, sixth player. Sixth man of the year, because it says 6 POI, so. Yeah, he was in the top 3. No, he was in the top 3 twice, but then he was in the top 5 4 times. And yeah, 1 year he led in 3-point percentage. No, listen. I mean, look at his numbers from 3. Starting from 91-92, because before that he was in Utah, Cleveland, and he was all right. But yeah, 91-92 he was 40%, 40%, 40, 42%, 40, 42, 42, 47 1 year from 3. I mean, no, the guy was a great 3-point shooter. But he only averaged 12 points a year. And I get it that he played how many years in Charlotte? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He did play 10 years. And while he's with the Hornets, he averaged 14 points a game. And he's from Virginia, so he's not from what you call it. Let's see. Let me scroll back. Kenny Smith, still not back on today. Kentucky, yeah, they did have a thrilling win. I know, Val. Sharks. Got to get Fishing Angel is ready to be picked up. And unlike our beloved JAYREELZ, I'm not driving on the no, I love you too, man. No, I appreciate that, Jay. That's a good one. I can walk, but it hurts like a mofo. All right, Fuqua. The good thing is you can walk, so you didn't blow out an Achilles. You didn't. Maybe you have a calf strain. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, but based on experience, because I've had, or maybe a calf pull, so you just pull the muscle there where it's really bad. Yeah, just try to ice it and keep it up. Yes, very good, Val. Yo, AC Tom. Yes, I remember. I'm good. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, watching the tournament here. I know Iowa State. I shouldn't even watch this game. I mean, this game's over. And Tennessee State, I mean, they got no shot. Let me go to, what's True TV? I don't even know what True TV is here. Let me see. Hold on. Because maybe they're starting the other game. I'll go to TNT. I'll watch Villanova. TNT is 5. I think it's 1. Maybe 2. Nope, it's 1. Oh, you're good, AC Tom? Awesome, man. Oh, good to hear you're happy today, Val. It's awesome. So, AC Tom, what you been up to? What's the latest and greatest? Me just watching the tournament, 20 days or 20th day of my 31 days of live stream in the month of March. I know the month is flying already. And yeah, we're not there yet, but I'll do a little celebration. Wow, Pittsburgh schools to go remote for NFL draft? Come on. That's stupid. Well, it's only that Friday. Wait a minute. Cheers, H2O. I know I said is it superstitious to toast with water? I don't know. But I've been doing it all this time, so. Nothing much, AC Tom. All right, just sitting around. Well, listen, I appreciate you hopping on board. Yeah, we're talking tournament. We're talking sports, talking whatever is going on. To me, for Pittsburgh schools to go remote on the weekend of the draft, do they realize that the draft is in prime time at 7 o'clock Thursday? Round 2 and 3 Friday, I believe, is also 7 o'clock. And then rounds 4 through 7 start at noon on Saturday. So why would they even, that makes no sense. Iowa State just lost their best player to injury and not return. Oh, is that right? Oh, look at Jay right there. Yeah, I turned on Villanova. Yeah, I think they'll be fine for this game, but obviously long term that's gonna hurt. I know, crazy in your neck of the woods, Bio, as well as you, Val. What is it? 9:15, 9:20 is when the tournament starts. I mean, come on, it doesn't get any better than that. And the tournament doesn't end, or day 2, it's not going to end until like 1 in the morning, which is crazy. Yeah, I know the Alabama Hofstra game. Yeah, I hope Miami, Ohio plays well today. I mean, listen, I don't know if they're going to win. I don't think they're going to beat Tennessee, but I don't want to see 82-67 where they were down by 30 and they made it look respectable. Yeah, so I was about to play NHL 24, but I'll stay and watch the stream. Oh, I appreciate that, AC Tom. Who's your team on NHL 24? Or do you play a bunch of teams? Yeah, I haven't played. You're gonna fall out of your chair, guys. 9:15 start, right around 9:30. Look at that, yeah, because the game's in around 12:30, after 12:30 here, a.m. Bruins. All right. Now, could you play the old school teams, AC Tom? Or is it just all current? Because I believe, like with the MLB The Show, can't you play, or Madden, you can play like the classic teams? Chaywan fan, sorry, I did not do that. You must got me mixed up with somebody else. Warriors, can they beat the Pistons today at 4:30? They can, but Val, I don't think they will. No, just like the regular? All right. Yeah, the last time I played an NHL video game was NHL 93. No, I take that back. It was 92 for Sega Genesis. And it's funny, I'll never forget my cousin JD, who I've talked about here on this live stream podcast, etc. He played the San Jose Sharks. He did one of those like one-game playoff series. And he played the San Jose Sharks. That was their second year of existence. And the team was terrible. And their rating, I forgot what it was, but it was bad. And I'll never forget, he was playing and he won the Stanley Cup, beating all those teams, which was funny. I'm not sure he could beat the Pistons. Oh, listen, Pistons are, very good. I really want NHL 26, but you need a PS5. Oh, you have a PS4? Wait, you can't? So let me ask you, on a PS4, you can't download the game onto your console and then play it? You need the actual... Do they still even make the CDs? I couldn't even tell you. No, you can't? Wow. Now, they still make the CDs for the games, though, right? Oh, yeah. All right, so obviously... So they don't sell the I know. Oh, okay. Because I don't even know if they still... Like, could you go into, like, a GameStop and buy the game, NHL 26? I guess you can, right? That doesn't make any sense in this day. That's like going to buy a CD at a record store. I don't even know if they have record stores anymore. Well, not record, but you know what I mean. Like, could you go to Best Buy and get a CD, a music CD? No, they sell a CD, but you need a PS5. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I remember that bio, absolutely. And even if you hit somebody, you can knock them out and you see them like kicking their skates on the ice. Yeah, I love the fight. You know what I used to love too, even before that, for the Nintendo, was Blades of Steel, because Blades of Steel had the fighting. And I used to love that. I wish they had Blades of Steel made for like the NHL teams. And I know like back then they had the Blades of Steel, like they had like Chicago, New York, Detroit, Los Angeles, but it was all generic. I mean, it wasn't Red Wings, Kings, Rangers, etc. Yes, Blades of Steel. You remember that, right? Oh, I used to love Blades of Steel. I played that on the regular. I'm so happy with my NHL 24 and 26. I know, but you got to upgrade, right, to the PS5. And obviously that's not cheap. You will one day, AC Tom. I used to make my lineups in high school class with Blades of Steel. Get out of here. Oh, that's awesome. Michael the Rothschild from Israel. Greetings, Mike. What's happening? Fuqua, I love Tetris. You know what? I wish I could type something. I'd say I love Pong. Fuqua taking it way back because the new players on the Bruins are my favorite. That's right, because you can't get the new players, right? So you can't get guys like, well, back then you still had David Pasternak. You still had Charlie McAvoy. You still had players like that. Like, obviously, and you still had Brad Marchand. Like on the 26, you wouldn't have the Marchand, as an example. So, Fuqua, yeah, man, just rest it. It's good to hear that you run 3 times a week. I didn't know that. I like that. Yeah, I'm planning to do something wild for the 31st as far as a running challenge. Even wild, it's not as wilder than running up Broadway, but yeah. Thank you, Val. You know I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing something crazy. That means getting up extra early in the morning, and I'll be on the 31st to usher in another year of existence on this planet, God willing. And now Villanova's down by 8 here, huh? I know, I couldn't even tell you. Well, now they're up by 11. See, that's the one thing, man. And even back in the day, as much as I was into college basketball, I mean, like some of these teams, and now you can watch all these teams. I get it, but listen, am I looking for Utah State on a Tuesday in January? Absolutely not. Look at this guy, 303 bench. No, that's the kid from Villanova, yeah. But Utah State, I couldn't pick out any of these guys in the lineup. But then again, there's a lot of people too. They could talk about, and that's why, I had to keep it real with you guys when it comes to breaking down the tournament a couple days ago. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm going to look stupid if I try to be, Utah State. No, it's like, come on. Bro, I can't name half of these guys. Or I can't name all these guys. Now, of course, I can say I could do some homework and all that, which I understand people say, JAYREELZ, you got to be up on top of it. But come on, is Utah State going to an Elite Eight? Now watch as I say that. Oh, he has a door. Yeah, Kastelik. And his father, or Kastelik, because his father was Ed Kastelik. He used to play for the Capitals back in the 80s. He was a tough guy also. And, yeah, that's Mark. That's his son. And, Zadorov, he's a tough guy also. Now, do they fight in the NHL 24? Or do they not? I'm curious. Running is suffering. I hate it, but I follow David Goggins. That's why, Fuqua. That's why you and I. Goggins hates it too, as you know. But, hey, man, you got to try to stay in shape. Listen, I understand we're not all getting out alive here, but, better to try to stay in the best shape possible than to accelerate our existence here on this planet. And for damn sure, I'm not going to accelerate it by not trying to get out there, not trying to move, try to eat comfort food. And no. It's not happening. Oh, they do? Oh, nice. I didn't know that. Morgan Geeky is my favorite player. Oh, is he? No, that's good. And obviously you're a big Bruin fan, so that's awesome. Now they're going to make the play. Oh, no, they're going to make the playoffs. They got the first wild card right now. And the Islanders right now, do I even get into that? Columbus is overtaking them in the division, so they have the 3 seed in the Metropolitan, and the Islanders right now on the outside looking in. So I used to like playing with Yari Curry and the Kings, yeah. Oh, Alexei Zhitnik, yes, the defenseman, I remember. Yeah, I played the Islanders back then, 93. That was Pierre Turgeon. Oh, geez. What are they going to do with Trent Williams? Do you think the 49ers? Yeah, I mean, they haven't signed him yet. Listen, I wouldn't. They may do that, but he's not going to get $1 zillion. Because they need somebody. What is he now, 37? He's going to be 38, I believe. AC Tom, do you like the Bruins? Who do you like? I'm an Islander fan. New York Islanders. And by the way, I know I mentioned yesterday that they were playing the Canadians. They were actually playing the Senators. So, terrible job by me. In fact, I think they played the Canadians again Saturday night. That's why I think I mentioned the Canadians last night instead. Let's just pull up the schedule. Because the Islanders, I believe, they're in Montreal. Yes, they are tomorrow. So I thought they were in Montreal last night and Ottawa tonight, but that wasn't the case. But who would have thought, just give him the Calder Trophy right now. Matthew Schaefer, 50 points, the most points scored by a defenseman in NHL history at the age of 18. And even Wayne Gretzky said that he should get consideration for the MVP, which he's not going to get. They've been good, but now they're they're a point behind. No, they're actually tied with Columbus right now. But I think Columbus has the games in hand, even though the Islanders have more wins. So if I pull up the standings, yeah, the Islanders, yeah, they have a game in hand. The Islanders have more wins, though. Yeah, it's going to be tooth and nail, man. Oh, is that right? Ante Kopitar, wow. No, Marcel Dion was no joke, Bio. Dion, he had a Hall of Famer. He scored, I believe, how many goals did he score? Did he score if I'm not mistaken, I believe he scored over 700 goals in his career. You know, I'm going to look him up in a second. Thank you, Val. Trent Williams is 37. July 19th, be 38. Jeremy Swayman. No, he's good. I mean, he's up and down, but no, he's good. Connor Hellebuck. Almost, but that's close enough. Yeah, think about Hellebuck. Now, listen, he was unconscious in the gold medal game against Canada. But in the playoffs, yeah, he has not done well. Yeah, Marcel Dion, yeah, that's interesting. You know what? Now that I think about this, let me think about it. This is a good one here, bio. Oh, he's born on the same day as Tom Brady. Not same year, of course. Marcel Dion, August 3rd. Mount Rushmore Kings players. Definitely him. Dave Taylor. You probably have to throw Jonathan Quick as the goalie, because you have to have a goalie also. If you take the goalie out, I would say Dion, Luke Robitaille. Do you say Gretzky? I mean, Gretzky was there, what? 6 years? Because then he went to St. Louis, then he went to the Rangers. Rob Blake, yeah, that's a good one too. Rob Blake, yes. Yes. So yeah, I would say probably Dave Taylor, Marcel Dion, Rob Blake, Luke Robitaille. I know he ended his career with the Red Wings. Yeah, let's go there. All right, let's look Marcel Dion first. I think he had 700 something. Yeah, 731 goals. I mean, the guy is, come on, 1771. He's definitely in the top 10 in points, maybe top 7 or 8. No, he had a tremendous career. Oh, I mean, you look at these numbers. I mean, geez, this is when 50 goals. And the crazy thing about the NHL in this day and age, NHL wants more scoring. Obviously, they took away the red line, no 2-line passes, etc. And the crazy thing is that you would think there'd be more 50 goal scorers, but it just goes to show you that there aren't. When we use the barometer, now, back in the day, 50 was it. Today, 40 is the new 50. How many times did Marcel Dion score? And he played, how many years? 18 years? He scored 50 goals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 40 or more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the guy, come on, that's lock, Hall of Fame. Led the league in points 1 year. That's right. And Marcel Dion did play for the Rangers later on in his career. That's right. He played 3 years. I forgot about that. And those are those years where he played. Guy Lafleur was on the Rangers during that time. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? That's funny you mentioned. You got to throw Anze Kopitar there, only because in NHL 24, when you do the gold medal game, when they win the gold, they don't go crazy. They just celebrate. No, is that right? Wow. Fuka, your thoughts on the MLB implementing a WBC midseason tournament? Right, I got news for you off the bat. I don't like it. I don't. And I mentioned this the other day on the live stream, but to further unpack that, Fuka, that's a good question. There are parts of it where it makes sense. You'd rather have it in the summertime where, let's say, what was it? Jason Stark had an article where he said that they would do the preliminary, weed all that out during spring training, and then during, let's say, I don't know, whatever it'd be, 8 to 10 days during the All-Star break, that's when they'll have like the quarterfinals, semi, maybe not even 8 to 10 days, maybe, because think about it, the quarterfinals last week started Friday and ended Tuesday. So yeah, you give it like a 5-day break. But yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, and they're not going to take 3 weeks off just to play this, or let's say 12 days off to play it, which would be perfect. But then that means your baseball season isn't going to end until mid-November. Because as it is, if a Game 7 plays, was like the first Sunday in November? Just think about last year. Game 7 of Toronto and the Dodgers was on November 1st. Or I said Sunday, first Saturday. So, yeah, you're talking about the first Saturday in November where this coming year is going to be the 7th. So, no, but I think the season may be over before that. Maybe Halloween then. Hey, J-Rod, welcome back. You missed Marshawn. He was so nice. No, hey. Most definitely. Bob Miller, Kings announcer, really got me to the game. Listen, yeah, no, he's an all-timer. Yes, Bob Miller. But a Stanley Cup game, they do. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's crazy. They probably skate around the ice. AC Tom. All right, I was looking up Luc Robitaille. And Luc Robitaille, I believe he may have had 700 goals. I believe he was probably a smidge below that. Yeah, I forgot about, yeah, I know Anze Kopitar. He's probably got to go on there, though. Yeah, he would go on there over Gretzky. Oh, yeah, 668 goals. Averaged less than a point a game, but he played. Yeah, that 86-87 season, I remember that well because that was he and Jimmy Carson that first year. And he played his first 8 years. Then he went to Pittsburgh. Yeah, he played for the Rangers for 2 years. I remember that. Then went back to LA for 4 years before Detroit and then LA again his final couple of years. Yeah, Robitaille had to be. To me, he's on there. The Mount Rushmore. Yeah, he averaged over a point a game, 557 goals. Oh, yeah, he's on Mount Rushmore. So, yeah, what do you do then, Bio? Dave Taylor's got to be on that list, no? Let's say you do Marcel Dion, Luc Robitaille, Anze Kopitar, Rob Blake. I mean, Jonathan Quick's got to be on there, doesn't he? Does he not? And Dave Taylor. Now, Dave Taylor was a defensive forward. He was a captain on the team for so long. Let's look him up. Dave Taylor. And it was an all-time king. I mean, he played there, 17 years, all in L.A. Yeah, the thing is, not a Hall of Famer, though. I mean, I had a very good career, though. 431 goals, 1,069 points. 2 years, he had over 100 points. Scored 47 goals, 80-81. And 39. But, yeah, he was more of a defensive forward. But very good, solid. Yeah, never won a Selke trophy, although... No, I shouldn't say defense. He was a good two-way player. Is that right, Bio? Oh, wow, look at that. No, Robitaille was great. Number 20. All right, see, Alabama's trying to extend their lead. Oh, Miami, Ohio, that started already. Okay. Yeah, I may go to that game. As a matter of fact, that's on TBS. That's on the next channel. We get a better look at them. I know I have to have the audio off because if not, this thing would have probably canceled like 16 times over. It froze. Oh, okay. AC Tom, Zdeno Chara, yes. Lucky Luke, yep. No, he retired a couple years ago. Yeah, I just turned it on. Oh, look, Nick Sirianni's there. Yeah, because the games are in Philadelphia. I'm sure you're watching too. Yeah, 13-10. Yeah, I just turned it on now. I like Paul Coffey better than Dave Taylor, really. That's right, Paul Coffey was on that team also. And that was after, Paul Coffey was on the Kings after he was with Pittsburgh. Because I remember he got traded to Pittsburgh and played with Mario. And Coffey was, I mean, come on. I don't know if that record's ever going to get broken too. Paul Coffey, the 1 year, I think it was 85-86, he scored 48 goals as a defenseman. I mean, that's nuts. And Coffey was one of the great skaters ever. All right, look at these numbers. 48, 90, 138. I mean, those Edmonton Oilers teams were nuts too, man. The one thing I always got on Paul Coffey, though, was that he was not a good defenseman. But he was offensive defenseman. The guy skated like the wind, scored tremendously. I mean, look at these numbers as a defenseman. Now, it helps to have Wayne Gretzky, Yari Curry, Mark Messier, Glenn Anderson on your team. But 83, 84, 40, 86, 126. Even before that, 29, 60, 89, 29, 67, 96, 40, 86, 126, 37, 84, 121, 48, 90, 138. Then that was the year he split Edmonton and Pittsburgh. Then 88, 89 with Pittsburgh, 30, 83, 113, 29, 74, 103. I mean, the guy was, come on, the guy was tremendous. I hated him because I hated those other teams. Oh, did I ever hate him. He had 1,800 penalty minutes? Paul Coffey? I'm shocked. For a guy that never fought. Oh, yeah, NHL 93. No, he was no joke. AC Tom, how was that? Oh, Fuqua, I'm glad you bring that up. I'll talk about that in a second. How is Wayne Gretzky in NHL 24? What team is he on? Is he on Edmonton? Wow, that's funny. I still play those old NHL games. I know, I haven't played one of those. Fuqua, Tuesday, in the Village, Bleecker Trading, 6 to 8. If you're not doing anything, come on down because I'm going to go. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get there at 6, but I'm definitely going to go, though. Yeah, because Keith McPherson's doing he's doing a podcast with, have you heard of Alex Day? He's another one of these content creators. He has a pretty good following, too. I'm going to try to see if I get him on. Yeah, Yankee fans. I mean, of course, there's all Yankee fans there, which is going to be tough, but the good thing is they're respectful. Let's see, Alex Day. Hold on. Yep, here we go. Yeah, Instagram, he's got like 59,000 followers. What does he have on YouTube? I think it's like 24,000. Oh, no, 13. Yeah, he's a New York sports creator. And that's the thing that I hate. Yeah, he's crazy good, yes. Oh, McDavid's got to be sick in the game. Those 90s Kings kryptonite was... Oh, and I used to love Kelly Rudy. He was an Islander goaltender after Billy Smith. They did go on that run, though, in 93. Oh, you did not see the team? Oh, okay. Fishing Angel. Yes, I know, Chuck Norris. Somebody wrote in the room at the very beginning, it's like he didn't die. He's just resting better than anybody's ever rested before. AC Tom, hockey's kind of brutal. You didn't see the 70s, 80s, and 90s. If you think hockey's brutal today, I could just type in Bob Probert, B-O-B, last name Probert, P-R-O-B-E-R-T, and you're going to watch some brutal fights. Oh, good to hear there, Fishing Angel. I'll be on top of the comments today because obviously I'm not walking around and whatever. People literally die. What, in a hockey game? What in the hell? Yeah, AC Tom, if, hockey was, oh, please. Hockey I used to love. I still love it, but not as much as I did in the 80s, 90s. That was a walk. Yeah, thank you. I'm surprised they even called that, considering. Isn't it crazy, the NBA, the travels? I mean, come on. Yeah, I just saw that. What's it called? They haven't scored in the last X amount of minutes. Miami, Ohio. How tough was Ron Hextall? You know, I couldn't stand him. But he was no joke, man. Ron Hextall, not a Hall of Famer. He was a very good goalie. He was the one, he came up in 86, 87. I don't remember in the Garden, they were chirping at him. He was a big-time competitor. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he win the Conn Smythe Trophy in the 87 playoff? And that was when they lost to Edmonton in the final, 3-1. And I'll never forget, I was watching that game May 31st, 87. And to even admit this is, forget it. And I hated the Flyers with every fiber of my being, but I hated Edmonton more. And that game 7 in Edmonton, and he played great. But I believe it was Glenn Anderson with about 5 minutes to go. Edmonton was up 2-1. And Glenn Anderson scored a goal 5-hole and went through, and that was it. But no, Hextall was good. He was tough. Look at Felix Potvin, Ron Hextall. That's one of the great goalie fights you'll ever see. And Hextall, in his rookie year, scored a goal. It was against the Bruins. Hextall. And then Hextall was the one who used to clang the posts with his stick. Oh, I hated him. And as a sports hate, people, nothing personal. Let me look at that game. Yeah, he won Rookie of the Year that year? No, you see, and that's how great he was in that first year. 86-87, Ron Hextall. Look at these numbers. Hextall, who won the Vezina for best goalie in his rookie year, and he was second in the Calder. 86-87, who's Rookie of the Year that year? May have been Robitaille. Wait, hold on. That's a Hart Trophy. No, I don't want that. See, and that's the other thing. I see Hart Trophy, Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky, everybody wants to talk about like the LeBron Jameses of the world and the Michael Jordans. And I get it. They're both different sports. And I know Jordan's won more cups and LeBron has won the same amount of cups as Gretzky. LeBron has won the same amount of championships as Gretzky have. But does anybody remember that Wayne Gretzky was a 9-time MVP? 9. Kareem had 6. Jordan had 6. Gretzky had 9 MVPs. I mean, come on. But no, Hextall, 37, 21, and 6. Goals against was high, 301. But even back then, because it wasn't really as high scoring. And I believe it was the Conn Smythe Trophy. Let me see. And they lost. Conn Smythe Trophy winner, 87. No, it was Hextall. And it's funny, it's usually the goalie because even though 2 years ago, or was it last year? No, it was 2 years ago. Didn't McDavid win the Conn Smythe? I think it was 2 years ago. He won the Conn Smythe on a losing team. And I remember Jean-Sebastien Giguère for the Ducks in 03 also won the MVP on a losing team. That was Anaheim, Jersey. And then Hextall. Crazy. Yo, Uncle Charlie's back. BX all day. I mean, people can get the skates at the wrong time. Or can get skates at the wrong time. I got you. Our niece is here, Holly. Hey, Holly. 100% can admit I do not have the patience with kids. Oh. Yo, get that job at Amazon. This ain't paying bills. You're unmonetized. Patience, Uncle Charlie. Patience. But I appreciate you. Wayne stayed in Edmonton. He ends with 10 plus Stanley Cups. Well, and that's interesting you say that. And that was more the ownership. Peter Pocklington and Glenn Sather. That was a joke. And then the crazy thing about it was Bruce McNall, the owner of the Kings, he was more crooked than anybody because he got arrested, and Bio knows about that. And I'll never forget, that was August 9th, 1988, that trade. I'll never forget, it was a hot-ass summer night. That was actually the first ever night game at Wrigley, August 9th, 88. Mets, Cubs. The night before, the Cubs were supposed to have it on 8/8/88, and it may have been against the Reds, but it got rained out, and then the next night, it was a Tuesday night, Mets, Cubs, and Wrigley. That was the first night game ever. Because all their games were day games prior to that. Yeah, Wayne State and Edmonton, 10 Cups? Oof. Well, he would have won in 90. Let me see, 89 Calgary went that year. Hold on a second. Because after the 88 season, they won 4 and 5 at that time. 89 Calgary went. 90 Edmonton went back. They beat the Bruins. Then after that, it was look at Wally Zerbiak. He's wearing a Knicks shirt too. Yeah, after that, I'm trying to think. He probably would have won more cups. Bio, you're the best. Name the dirtiest? Oh, of course, 93, I'm sure. Yeah, and he's the Islander coach now, which is crazy. AC Tom, get a charger. Mine is charged. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Yeah, finally. Usually I don't have it charged, but. Yeah, no, I'm watching that now. Who's doing this game? Oh, hey, Steve Lapis. Is that Catalan Lapis? Yeah. Yeah, now Miami, Ohio, they're not going to win this game. Falcons and Eagles swap 4th and 6th round picks. Thank you, Val, for that. Did not know. Mount Rushmore of dirtiest hockey players. Well, I can tell you who's number 1 on that list. And it's crazy for as many penalty minutes. I think he's like in the top. I'm going to pull that up. He's in the top 10 for sure, maybe top 5 for the most penalty minutes in the history of the sport. And he wasn't really a fighter either. I couldn't say. It's Dale Hunter. Dale Hunter, oh, please. The hit that he put on Pierre Turgeon, which pretty much knocked the Islanders out. And even though they beat Pittsburgh in the next round, which was, oh my God, in 93, I could talk for days about that. But I hated Dale Hunter. Hated him. Most penalty minutes all time. NHL history. Yeah, I think it was like, yeah. Isn't that crazy? Dale, just look at this list. These are the top 5 players in the history of the NHL. Forget about it. I'll go top 10. The top 10 most penalty minutes in the history of the sport. Tiger Williams was number 1. Dale Hunter was 2nd. Dale Hunter does not even belong in this category because he had fought throughout his career, but he was not a fighter. And to put his name up with these guys, top 10, Tiger Williams, Dale Hunter. Ty Domi, come on. Marty McSorley, let's stop. Bob Probert, okay. Rob Ray, Craig Berube, Tim Hunter, no relation. Chris Nyland, and then Rick Tocchet was 10th. Tocchet, it's funny, the top 9 had 3,000 penalty minutes. You combine... take Dale Hunter out. Combine Tiger Williams. You combine all those guys and all those fights. Put it this way. I bet you in 2 seasons, Bob Probert had more fights than Dale Hunter had in his whole career. To think that he's number 2 on the list, you think, oh, wow, that guy's tough. That guy was not. He was tough as far as like rugged and grit, whatever, but drop the glove. Dale Hunter could only dream of dropping the gloves and fighting those guys. He would get mopped up in a heartbeat. How much long is the stream? Let me see. Maybe another 15 minutes. AC Tom. No, I hear you, Val. Good for you. Thank you. Yeah, Ty Domi was dirty also. He's probably number 2 up there, I'd have to say, because the Domi that hit on Ulf Samuelsson, then he elbowed, I think it was Scott Niedermayer, which that was ugly too. Now, Ulf Samuelsson, I could get it. He was a guy that you wanted to just... But that was dirty. I mean, come on. And here's the one thing. I know this is going to be unpopular, and I have nothing against Ty Domi. For his size, whatever, but he fought wild. And what I mean by that is like he would never stand toe-to-toe with somebody. He would have to swing around because he was what, 5'8", 5'9" tops? And he's fighting guys that are like 6'4". So he couldn't go toe-to-toe with these guys. He'd get mopped up. But he fought wild. He had to swing around, and he had to literally fighting him was like fighting him in a blender. If you ever watched Ty Domi fights, now he could go toe to toe with people, but he knew he couldn't. But no, Domi was dirty. I would say that he would definitely be number 2 up there. Number 3 who was dirty, Claude Lemieux. I mean, Chris Draper, that hit, but he also did a lot of other like sneaky stuff, and he fought too. He didn't fight all the time. He wasn't a heavyweight or anything, but he was a guy that he would fight. He would mix it up. But he was dirty also, Claude Lemieux. And you know what? I'll say Ulf Samuelsson. Those are probably the top 4. Because Ulf Samuelsson, what he did to Cam Neely, oh, that was just criminal. And he was the type of guy, he was a big guy too. He was like 6'2", 6'3", defenseman, played for the Penguins, played for Hartford before that, played on the Rangers. But I hate to say this, no offense to anybody from Sweden or from that part of the world, those guys never fought. Those guys are wimps. And he was 6'2", big guy. Yeah, he may push his body around and be tough. Drop the gloves. That guy couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. Let's call it as we see it. Didn't Chris Osgood go to New York when Hasha came to Detroit? Yeah, on the Islanders. Yep. He was an Islander. Excellent, Jay. Very good. I got 10 right on the bracket. You mean yesterday? 7 wrong. Yeah, I got to check and see how much. Oh, Rick Todd was, that's right. He was on the Kings for a hot minute. Yeah, and I hated Tocchet also. And now he's the coach of the Flyers. No, listen, Tocchet was scrappy, very tough. He fought heavyweights. To me, he was borderline heavyweight. It's funny, with Tocchet, he wasn't a middleweight and he wasn't a heavyweight. He was, I guess, right in between. Maybe, I guess, if there was such thing as a cruiserweight. Now, listen, this is back then when you had 3 or 4 guys that were on a team that fought. Like, Bob Probert was a heavyweight. Jay Miller was a heavyweight. Jay Miller also played for the Kings. Dave Brown was a heavyweight. And I'm talking about mid-'80s. Chris Nyland was a heavyweight. John Cordick was a heavyweight. Tocchet was borderline, though. All right, so Hofstra's hanging in there. Interesting. Now, if Alabama loses, I know a lot's going to be said about that kid and maybe the, whatchamacallit. Oh, Bobby Orr's on ASL 24? He's on the team? On the Bruins? And Gordie Howe? Look at that. Fishing Angel, Anise being cranky. How old's your niece? Well, I think J-Rod said that up here somewhere. Our grads, our kids are older. Oh, so they must be younger than your kids. I asked her why she's cranky. She said, I miss my auntie. Oh, you. That's funny. All right, Fishing Angel, I have to ask you, what is that symbol before the number 5? I hope you see what I see. Because it looks like it's like a, I don't know. It looks like a letter A, and then next to it, it almost looks like a, I don't even know. Do I say tent? I mean, I don't even know. So AC Tom, they have Gordie Howe, Wayne Gretzky, they have all these old players, Bobby Orr, but can you play them? You have no idea? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Alley-oop. Oh, nice. Yeah, now Tennessee's up by double digits. See, that's the thing. Miami, Ohio, they played nobody this year. Now, listen. Good story. Shout out Ben Roethlisberger, Miami, Ohio. I wonder if he's at the game. Considering all he has to do is drive across the street. I believe he still lives in Pittsburgh. All right, guys. Yeah, tomorrow my live stream may be during a run. It'll be in the morning because afternoon, I'm going to have to squeeze in a food shopping. Got to clean the apartment. We're actually dog sitting. One of our friends' dogs, we got to go pick him up tomorrow, late afternoon. Yeah, so I figured I'd get the live out early. And then Sunday is going to be tricky because Sunday I may be able to step out because my wife has a friend who does comedy, and he wants to record some skits, and he wants to use my wife in some of these skits. And, obviously I'm going in for support. Unless I do it early in the morning, I don't know. But it may be mid-afternoon. And it may be short. I don't know. We'll have to see. One day at a time. But tomorrow in the morning for sure. Going fishing tomorrow after Michigan. Nice. Oh, thank you, Fishing Angel, as always. AC Tom, about to play NHL 24. All right, I know your phone is dying. AC Tom, I appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by. You already know. Still waiting on me, and my husband's going live. He's going live too? J-Rod, yes. Have a wonderful day, man. Good to see you guys. As always, much love. But you'll stay while you play? AC Tom, I appreciate that. Yes, go UCLA, Bio, definitely. Oh, you're not going live. Okay. Bio, enjoy the rest of your day, man. I appreciate you. Oh, with JAYREELZ. Oh, wait a minute. So wait on me and my husband go live? Oh, now that makes sense. All right. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, we got to set that up. Maybe we could talk about that on Monday when we reconnect at that time when I do my podcast pregame. We could definitely do that. What is this? Oh, okay. I'm telling you, man, she bugs me all the time. She wants to be on your live. All right. Well, no, we got to make that happen sooner than later. And I know it's been like a couple weeks going, or even before that, because I know we were supposed to do it that one time. Yes, Fishing Angel, we got to make that happen. Absolutely. Sharks will be right outside to Foley. Okay. Yeah. No, we will work on that. How about we talk about that on Monday? Absolutely. Maybe longer. All right, listen, Val, I know your beloved Sharks and your Warriors, too. Let's see. How many points behind you guys now? All right, you're only 2 points back. Kings now have that second spot. Wow. 4 teams separated by 2 points. I'm joking, but for real, she decided to be a guest. Oh, no. Yeah, no, we have to make that happen for sure, man. 100%. And we will. Yeah, started out hot, 2 for 12. Let's see. Jacoby Gillespie. All right, guys. Maybe it's yes, I will. You know what? I'm probably going to start to land this plane here momentarily, just so I could. Yeah, it's after 5. Yeah, there's a couple things I need to do. I actually got to go out and get my dog her dog food. So yes, Val, AC Tom. I appreciate you guys hopping on board. Yeah, it's been well over an hour. So you know what? I guess with that being said, this now is probably as good a time just to sign off. Appreciate you all that's hopped on board. Yes, AC Tom, don't worry, you're good. You can go back to NHL 24. Thanks for sticking with me and sticking with this live. Yeah, tomorrow morning. Fuqua, yeah, we got to talk, man. Hey, rest up that leg. Got to get you back out there. Yes, AC Tom. Thanks, Fuqua. But tomorrow morning, if I had to give a time frame, I don't know. I'll just give you this window. Let's say 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., somewhere between there. Because I plan to get out there early enough to run. Or yeah, I would say around 9-ish. So yeah, well, somewhere around there. Go Sports, yes. As always, people, enjoy the rest of your Friday. Weekend is here. Relax, enjoy, but do something fun. Do something that's out of their comfort zone too. Fuqua, get better. I'll be thinking of you, man. And as always, till next time, yes, sir. You too, Tom. AC Tom. Peace, love, and God bless. Until then, on the flip.